second. You know what? What did have a role in my alcoholism is my mom at that time.
Okay.
13 years old, my mom commits suicide. And she was addicted to prescription drugs and alcohol. That pivot me hard. And so, that plays a role in your life, whether you know it or not. I mean, even if you have a parent that died early, you did?
My dad died when I was almost 19 of cancer.
And how old was he?
53.
Are you there yet?
What do you mean?
No,
I'm 47.
47. When you hit 53, it will play a role. This is my dad died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
And so the way my mom died, I was convinced that I was going to repeat her life.
Oh, man.
And so that and early success and money, bad. Success, fame and fortune are battery acid to the soul, especially if you're young and you don't know what is up.
When you say you were successful young, what age is young for you? When you started to really make that money, where then it started to play into the rest of your life, started to affect your life?
20, I was making $250,000 a year.
Wow.
In the days.
20 and you're drinking.
In the days.
From morning radio.
That $250,000 was like
I was
that's
just
like
say a year.
That's a lot.
I'm amazing.
There are morning guys now that are lucky if they make $400,000 a year. You're talking about that kind of money in what, the 80s?
80s.
That is insane.
And completely irresponsible, completely buying into what you said about me is so meaningful that you've never seen me angry or anything else, because I was a bad guy. I was a bad guy. I was a perfectionist. I wanted things exactly my way because I know.
Yeah.
Again, ego gets completely out of control. There was a guy who I used to go and I would go do meet and greets and stuff and sign autographs and whatever. I'm 23, okay? They're paying me $1,000 to be there for an hour. All I have to do is sign autographs. They pick me up in a limousine. I take me there, I leave. I get there and I'm signing, and the first time this new guy was there, he hands me a pen like this. Sign. And I said, hey, I really like Sharpies. Next time have Sharpies? He said, sure. The next week, I'm out doing it. He didn't have Sharpies. I fire him because how hard is this? I said last week, Sharpies, okay? And I thought that was perfectly reasonable.
Wow. Like you didn't think twice. Like he's gone. Next person.
Well, and when you're the face of the radio station, you're the morning guy. The morning guy is the guy. They build the station around the guy. So you have I worked for a guy that literally told people as a joke, don't look at me in the eyes in the hallway. And people would walk in. He was just joking, but people took it for real because they were like, he has so much power. He's the morning man. So you're 23 and you have all of that power. You can make and break careers.
Really bad.
I tell people this all the time. I was in LA for a long time, messing up, girls, all that stuff. I lost 2 friends. So I want to say this quick because this is about you, but just to give you a little insight of what you were talking about. It's a night that I'm headlining. I'm supposed to headline the show, and I called something, and I know now what it was. It was the Holy Spirit. I didn't go, and I called the comedy club, and she's like, "What do you mean you're not coming? You're gonna? I'm not coming. I don't feel good." Click. 20 minutes later, the friends and everybody that's going out was like, "Dude, come out. Don't worry. Who cares about the show? We're all gonna still go out. I'm not, guys. I love you. Leave me alone." Click. Shut my phone off. 4:30 in the morning, I wake up to go to the bathroom, turn my phone on. It's a message. Hey, Vinny, one of our friends. Hey, Vinny, just letting you know, everybody was at such and such's house. They all did cocaine. Everybody's dead. Everybody died in the living room.
Oh my God.
And the other girl's legs gave out and she almost died. She's in the hospital. Glenn, I get nauseous. I throw up. And then I'm breaking down and crying because like I said, why I'm here right now, because God has something different for me. And he spared me because now I'm doing exactly what he wanted to do. But Glenn, that moment, if I had money and was balling and everything, all those opportunities of more drugs and everything, I would have been dead. I know I would have been dead. So I can't imagine at 23, could you imagine at 23, Bert, you're in that position with that much money? I'm not here. I'm not here. So Glenn, here's my question, because when you were on the younger radio stations, it was fun, it was, craziness, it was wild. what was the pivotal moment that made you into what you're talking about now? Because it was fun and
So,
wild. What made you
I sobered up.
Yes.
And one of the reasons, I mean, I got so bad at radio. I was so done with it. And I could not play another Britney Spears song to save my life. Couldn't. And so I didn't even care at all. And my partners at the time joke still today that I literally would get a song would be fading. I go, that's another super, super classic from What's Her Face. And it just didn't
And
care.
he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the program directors were so mad at me all the time. Like, sorry, that's
my
as good as
bad.
that's as good as
Sorry.
it's gonna
Yeah.
get. And I was gonna get out of radio, and I called my dad, and he said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You knew at 8 what you wanted to do. You're talking about the wrong things. Find things that interest you."
Wow.
And so I started talking about alcoholism, getting sober, getting clean, finding God, and then started having fun with it again. And I went into talk radio to make fun of talk radio.
Perfect.
And if you go back and listen to those early shows before 9/11, it was all just, I mean, poking talk radio hard.
Yeah.
Kind of like what I did at Fox, where I'm kind of making fun of cable news
Yes.
on cable news.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. And then 9/11 happened, and then everything got serious.
And that's it. Everything is serious. So that's like the pivotal moment of just like,
Because I knew, I mean, look, I had nothing. I had nothing left, and all I wanted was my credibility. And I remember making a promise: I will do whatever you say. I just want to be able to look people in the eye and say, "This is true," and they'll believe me in my own life. Not,
Yeah.
I don't care about anything else. I want my family back, and I want them to believe me. And so I really dedicated myself to live his principles, live his way, and my career went like straight up. Within the first talk radio gig I did with my producer, we did 20 minutes, and this is in 98 maybe. And I look at my producer and I said, "We're going to replace Dr. Laura." And he said, "Why don't we finish the first hour?" And I said,
We finished.
this hour, let's finish the hour.
Get done.
We've done 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's finish the hour.
Yeah.
And I said, "Write it down. Trust me. We're going to replace Dr. Laura." In 2002, I get a call from Premier Radio Networks, and they say, "We're replacing Dr. Laura. We'd like to talk to you about the position."
Wow.
And it just was like this. And I knew it wasn't me. And so I was supposed to syndicate January 1st, 2002. September 11th happened. Dr. Laura was not talking about it. She didn't want to talk about 9/11. And so all these stations were freaking out. And so they called me right after 9/11 and said, "You got to go on the air Friday." And I'm doing comedy.
All right.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I am not that guy.
Yeah.
And I spent my whole night on my knees going, "Lord, you have the wrong guy. I don't know." And all I heard was, "Follow me." And so I got on the air that first day and I said, "I don't have any answers for you. I have no idea, but I promise you I will find the answers. If you will put up with me as we learn together,
Yeah.
I'll find them."
Wow.
And so it became this
And that was
mission.
and you've been on it. I mean, think about it, Glenn. Everybody in this space, no wonder why you're here. Because that type of truth, that type of honesty, and again, not saying that we know everything. You don't know everything. You have to ask the questions. You have to.
I'm wrong a lot.
That's what I'm saying, Glenn. Like, and because I've said this years ago, journalism, actual journalism, gone. It's us. It's up to you and all the people out there that are watching. You have to dig and find and search for the truth, and then finding people like us, like in this world, that will find all these things and try to piece it together and give our opinion.
Yes.
We're not political activists on CNN or like, hey, this is what you're supposed to. No. Here's the story. Here's what I feel. What do you guys think? And common sense, I think common sense has been so withdrawn from everything where it's like blatantly obvious in your face. It's like, what are we talking about? What happened? There's been such a disconnect of just what's real and what's just completely off. Everything is off. If you like this video and you want to watch the full podcast, click here. But if you have the attention span of a squirrel and only want to watch clips like the one you just saw, click here.